So I want to welcome everybody here today. It's a great day in Florissant for this Angie's Playground. I'll tell you, this has been a long time coming. This whole project really came back and started in '08. So I appreciate everybody coming here, but today's a big day in Florissant where we're going to dedicate and do a ribbon cutting for Angie's Playground. How about Angie's Playground, huh? Let's hear it. So we're so blessed to have a lot of dignitaries here today because this is a big day in Florissant. So I just want to make some announcements and introduce the people that are here. First, members of our Florissant City Council are with us today. Ward 1, Andrew Harris. Ward 4, Jeff Caputa. Ward 5, Keith Schilderoth. Ward 6, Patrick Mulcahy. Ward 7, Jackie Pagano. Ward 8, Robert Parson. By the way, just dawned on me, I never introduced myself. I'm Tim Lowry, the mayor of the city of Florissant. Welcome. And of course, the first lady of Florissant, Lori Lowry, right there. Is Mary Elizabeth Dorsey around? There she is. There's our judge, Mary Elizabeth Dorsey. Is retired Mayor Tom Schneider, did he make it today? Tom did not make it. So, also we got State Senator Brian Williams has joined us today. Thank you, Brian. Missouri State Representative Jay Mosley. Representative Alan Gray. Desiree Whitlock with the St. Louis County Executive's Office. Chief Tim Fagan with our police department. Our fire chief, Jason Hovelman. Hey, let's hear it for all of our first responders, all of our policemen and firemen are here with us today. How about these guys? Every day doing a great job for us. Thank you, guys. So we got several members, with members of the Accessible Play Incorporated. First, Chris and Carrie Kenyon. And of course, Karen Bellman, Angie's mom. Where's Karen at? There she is. We're going to hear from her a little later. Jim Vollmer, he's the project manager with Unlimited Play Incorporated. He brought his own party bus. I know he's around. Natalie Mackey, she's the executive director for Unlimited Play. Fred Searcy, the president of North County Labor Club. I told you there was a lot of dignitaries. This is a big day in Florissant. Darren Cotton, the original director of restaurant operations for White Castles. Karen Smith, who's the operations director for White Castle. Jim Wire, did you make it today? I don't know if Jim made it or not. Valley Industries. Rebecca Zoll, the president of North County Incorporated. Jessica Birchhold, she's the president of Florissant Old Town Partners. Scott Smith with the Lockmuller Group. Nick Wegman with Field State Dispenser. Rick Dorsey representing the Florissant Rotary Club. I believe we have several members of our Parks and Recreation Commission with us today. And of course, members of our Youth Advisory Board are also here. And I know that we got a large group of veterans here. Let's recognize our veterans. What a great job they've done for our country. And Kevin Green, our park maintenance superintendent, and his entire staff for all the hard work that they've done putting this park together. Thank you. And a special thanks to Bob and Holly Manicky, the owners of Man's Meats. They're here somewhere. There they are. Along with Darren and Karen from White Castles and Bob DeLeo from Kona Ice, they're here to provide food, drinks, and refreshments after the ceremony. Thank you so much. That's very important. So I just want to give a little history as to why we're here today and how this all happened. In October of 2008, a small group of Florissant residents, led by Gary Bellman, came together to form Accessible Play Incorporated, a not-for-profit corporation with an interest in building an inclusive playground here in the city of Florissant. In 2011, the city of Florissant passed an ordinance allowing Accessible Play to use Manion Park as a site that will be known as Angie's Playground. In 2017, the city started applying for St. Louis County municipal park grants to begin the process of turning Manion Park into a park that could accommodate an inclusive playground. During Mayor Snyder's administration, he recognized the value of this project and used 2 St. Louis County park grants to lay the groundwork and infrastructure for this park. During my administration, I understood the importance of this project, and we used yet another St. Louis County Parks grant to finish Angie's Playground as it sits here today. Thus, in 2018, a new enlarged parking area and water retention was completed. In 2019, a new larger accessible restrooms and seating area were added. In 2021, the construction began on the playground, and today marks the completion and opening of Angie's all-inclusive playground. This inclusive playground will be for all children and adults in Florissant and the North St. Louis County area, and it's the first of its kind in our area. It is specifically designed to remove physical and social barriers to all children and adults with or without disabilities and or critical illnesses, that they can play side by side with their peers and family. Unlimited Play is an award-winning not-for-profit organization that helps build, plan, design universally inclusive playgrounds to promote the health and wellness and change communities by providing the freedom for all children. The transformational power of an inclusive playground brings children and adults of all abilities together to play and learn from each other. I would personally like to thank Cheryl Thompson, our Director of Parks and Recreation, for all the time and effort that she put in obtaining these necessary grants that went towards Angie's Playground, and the St. Louis County Municipal Parks grant people for putting this together and allowing us to do this today. It's a little windy today. So now, I've got a few people that like to say a few words. First, our Florissant Council President, Keith Shildroth.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. This is a great day for North County and for the city of Florissant. I'd like to thank the Bellman family, Karen Bellman, Jim Balmer, Natalie Mackey, the members of the Accessible Play Group, and all their volunteers. We couldn't have done this without some financial endeavors from people like White Castle, the Lockmiller Group, and folks on this sign behind us that you'll see when we unveil it. I also like to thank North County Label and Fred Searcy for their efforts and helped organize, assemble this playground. The city staff, Cheryl Thompson, Kevin Green, they did a fantastic job. Thank you all for this beautiful addition for Florissant and for North County and for all children. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Keith. Senator Brian Williams, thank you for being here today, and he's got a few words to say. Thank you.
Good morning. I said good morning. Good morning. Hey, it's such a beautiful day in the city of Florissant. I want to thank my friend Mayor Lowry as well as the Florissant City Council for everything you do. Unlimited Play, for being here today and putting together an inclusive playground for our community. Let's clap it up for Angie's Playground. You know, this is a really cool experience for me, Mayor, because I remember growing up here in Florissant, going to the Hazelwood Central High School and riding right past this very site here. And to see that this has become a community that not only supports our children, our families, our first responders, That's what this is about. So outside of the wind, it's such a great day here in Florissant. I'm grateful to represent every single one of you in the Missouri Senate. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you for everything that you do, those that have contributed to this amazing playground here. And again, let's clap it up. Angie's Playground, thank you all so much. And clap it up for the city of Florissant. This is such a great community. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Senator. Appreciate it. I graduated from Hazelwood Central, but I think I was a couple years before the senator there. Just a couple, yeah. Now I'm going to ask Calvin Harry, who's going to represent Sam Page as our county executive. Calvin.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and thanks for coming out. I mean, just looking around, this is what collaboration looks like. You know, again, you know, this is an effort that started all the way back in 2008, and you see, just looking around, everyone here, all the hard work, all the support, investment from, you know, area partners. This is what the result of that, you know. So I'm just honored to be here with you all and celebrate the opening of this park. I know Dr. Page wishes he was here. I know he's traveling today, but this is what investing in the future of our community in our region truly looks like, and I'm really excited to open this park. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Calvin. So now Jim Vollmer, the project manager for Unlimited Play. Jim? And I believe you grew up right here in North County, right?
I did grow up in North County. This is really cool. So yes, I'm Jim with Unlimited Play, and we've got projects all over the country, and they're very special, but this one is really extra special for us and for me. See, my son, Jake, went to Parker Road Elementary, right? And at the age of 10, was put into a wheelchair. And at that time, he would go out to recess, and unfortunately, big, beautiful playground, right, at Parker Road, but he wasn't able to access that playground. He would roll right up to the edge of it and stop. Those barriers were there. And at the time, we didn't really understand. We didn't know what inclusion was about. And I'd go see him at lunchtime, and he'd be sitting there and using his voice, trying to communicate with his friends, but I felt something just wasn't really right. And he'd say, "Oh, Dad, it's okay." And honestly, it really wasn't okay. And then all of a sudden, Natalie, many years ago, started to develop the very first inclusive playground here and around in the country. So she was on TV, radio, talking about inclusive playgrounds, and we really had no idea what that was. That was new back then, and we quite honestly, playgrounds were kind of a negative for us, for our families, because every time we would go with his brothers, it turned into kind of a bad situation and a negative outcome. And then Natalie, our executive director, who you'll hear from, opened up Zachary's Playground in Lake St. Louis, and it changed everything in our world. My son was able to access the playground. He was able to go to the top. He got confidence, friends. Kids would come up to him and say, "What's wrong with your legs?" And he said, "I don't know, they don't work so good. Can you play? Let's go play." And it was really a magical thing, right? And that's what you're gonna get here. That's what's going to happen on your playground. That's what drives us every day to help develop these playgrounds, is the magic that happens. And the big thing we talk about all over the country too is acceptance, right? The kids, they don't care what size, race, creed, whatever. They just want to play together and learn from each other. And that's what happens. That acceptance, understanding happens on these playgrounds. And we hope that those kids learn acceptance, continue to grow up and teach their kids acceptance. So that's kind of the outcome that what's going to happen in all this. It's a lot of work to get to this point. Mayor, Andy, Cheryl, what an incredible job. The community, you guys came together like no other. We love Florissant, we love this community, and job well done. Thank you so much for doing this, guys.
Thank you, Jim. I'm going to have Natalie come up. Natalie Mackey. She's Executive Director, Unlimited Play.
I'm going to take you back to a moment just before the mayor said 2008, when Accessible Play was started. Right before that, Gary, Angie's dad, and I stood together at Zachary's Playground. And he said, "Natalie, my daughter Angie has passed away already, but she never had the opportunity to play. I want to dedicate my time and energy to to provide a playground for families to have that moment with their child that I never had myself. Gary worked hard to make it happen, but unfortunately lost his own life during this journey. His family that's here continued that journey to try to make this playground a reality. But as I look back through all the playgrounds I've opened, there's a moment when you know the playground will be a reality. That moment was when Jim and I sat with the mayor and we sat with Cheryl, and they looked at us. I'll remember forever. The mayor said, "We hear you and we see you, and every single resident in Florissant matters to us, and we are going to make this playground a reality." I will thank him forever, and Cheryl for all she did to make the dream of a father who wanted to give the opportunity for others to play that his daughter never had. Thank you so much for doing that. There's so many of you in this crowd today that have played a role. The mayor's mentioned all of you so far, but I want you to know whether it was a donation online for $10 or Man Meats contributing so much throughout this, and Lions Club, we really, really value each and every donation that has been made. I stand here as a mother of a child with a disability to tell you these are the moments that matter. The time spent with our children is what we value the very, very most, and Florissant is going to make that happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie. I will tell you honestly, Jim and Natalie have been just unbelievable to work with. I can tell you that they made this happen because they gave us the direction we needed. Thank you guys so much for making this happen. Thank you. We got one more person to hear from. Karen Bellman from Accessible Play, Angie's mother.
What a glorious day this is today. I am ecstatic about this grand opening. On behalf of my late husband, Gary, the present board of directors of Accessible Play, myself, Carrie and Chris Kenyon, and Janice Slay, we are overwhelmed with joy for the long-awaited grand opening of Angie's Playground. A lot of this the mayor already relayed to you, but this is what I've written. Mayor Robert Lowry presented Gary with Manion Park back in April of 2010 for Accessible Play's intention to build an accessible playground. Mayor Tom Schneider initiated several municipal park grants to start the infrastructure for this park improvement. And Mayor Tim Lowry proudly committed to seeing this project completed and ready for play. And as we partnered with Unlimited Play, we got this done. Gary would refer to this as a little piece of heaven on earth in memory of our daughter, Angie. Thank you, everyone, for keeping the dream alive. A special shout out and tip of the hat to Bob and Holly Manicky of Man Meats for their most generous efforts to involve the whole community in awareness of this playground. I hope you enjoy this build and create many happy memories for years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Karen and her family have done so much for our city. One more time for Karen and the Bellman family. Thank you. Shalonda Webb, our county councilwoman from District 4, was not able to be here today, but she did provide a resolution that I have in this envelope right here, which we probably displayed at City Hall. So I just want to thank everyone, all of the organizations that have donated money, materials, and time to make today possible. We are truly a community that will always come together. And I'd like to say, we are Florissant strong, right? Yeah. At this time, I'd like to unveil the sponsor board and acknowledge our sponsors. Without them, this could not be possible. And as Natalie said, some of these may have been $10 donations, some of these were $10,000, $15,000 donations. And I'm going to read them because I think it's important to know who's made this possible. Our gold medal donors: the Municipal Commission of Park Grants of St. Louis County, the Lockmuller Group, the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters 562, Tony and Monica Weidman, Accessible Play, Man's Meats, White Castle, Enterprise Holding, Constance Lore. Our silver medal donors: the International Brotherhood of Electricians, the Florissant Rotary Club, the Florissant Valley Sheltered Workshop, Gerald Dale Molinax, the Lowry family. The bronze medal donors: Dan Hogan, Andrew Magny, Vicki Minter, Christine McGraw, Tina Wildman, Gail Borgadin, Janice Lay, P.D. Sharp, Alan Gackey, Jonathan Lynch, Jamie Lay, Joyce Willing, Rebecca Comas, B.C. Kona, Robert Fink, Scott Musgrave, Mary Burham, Diane Williams, Fred Weismuller, Rebecca Stevenson, Elena Kenyon, Cheryl Thompson, the Girl Scouts of Eastern Missouri, Carol Webb, Cynthia Drury, Katie Urbanowitz, and George Tomazzi. Guys, those are our sponsors. These people donated their money to us, so thank you so much for all the donations. So now I'd like for all the kids to come forward, the Bellman family, for the ribbon cutting.